to a controversial South suburban politician's been fired as federal investigators focus in on his boss.
What? DELETION Investigates has confirmed Tiffany Henyard's senior advisor in Thornton Township is out of a job.
I beg your pardon?
Tiffany Henyard's senior advisor in Thornton Township is out of a job.
I beg your pardon?
Dina and Ray, federal prosecutors charged Keith Freeman with bankruptcy fraud back in April, but that didn't stop Tiffany Henyard from keeping him on the payroll in both Dalton and Thornton Township.
So we can finally confirm by way of the news that Keith Freeman has been fired. We've heard the rumors, but nothing ever came out. So it looks like finally the beacon of light has done something. Now, whether she did it legally, appropriately, properly, that's a whole different daggone story. But if she's firing her right-hand man, then the dominoes continue to fall. Now, one by one, not in a succession, but one by one, because this is crazy. You know that Keith got all the daggone secrets. Plus, he was allowed to pull back his bankruptcy as well. It's going to turn into something eventually. Again, I'm not holding my breath to say anytime soon, because I do believe, as we stated before, that the Democrats don't want anything to besmirch their name right now while they're trying to get their president nominated. Let me just leave that at that.
Freeman denied in an afternoon text message to me that he had been fired from the township job, but we have the records that show he was, and it's raising speculation about his role in the ongoing federal investigation into Henyard's leadership.
Let's be smarter than that. This is not just the price is right.
Keith Freeman has been a top aide and trusted advisor to Tiffany Henyard in Dalton and Thornton Township for a few years now, even running interference when we've raised questions about Henyard's spending.
How come you don't respond to my emails?
There you go. There you go. Huh? There you go. That's all you're getting from me. That's all you're getting from me today.
But lately, Freeman has been feeling the heat from federal prosecutors. They charged him with lying about and covering up his income from Dalton in what some saw as a play to push him to cooperate with the FBI's investigation into Henyard. Back then, trustees said they hoped it was the beginning of the end of Henyard's reign.
Well, that's what I want to say. Nobody is untouchable. So if this is just the first domino to all of them falling, let it happen.
But Henyard allowed Freeman to keep both jobs until now. WGN Investigates has learned township administrators loyal to Henyard began demanding answers about Freeman's whereabouts during the workday. Records show he claimed to be on family medical leave, but didn't fill out an application. And on July 9th, HR sent Freeman this letter, firing him. It reads in part, due to the high-ranking position that you hold at the township, this type of misconduct cannot be tolerated. Your misconduct is a detriment to the smooth functioning of the township's operation.
Let me go ahead and see what I can read on this child. Okay. Via email and standard delivery, Keith Freeman, they blocked out his address. Read dismissal from employment. This was on July the 9th. Dear Mr. Freeman, on June 21st, 2024, you were issued a written reprimand detailing your failure to consistently show up to work and your failure to notify your supervisor as to your whereabouts. After the issuance of the written reprimand, you requested information regarding taking a family medical leave, either for yourself or for your wife's serious health condition. The township provided that information to you and gave you a deadline of July the 6th, 2024 to submit a completed FMLA form with a certification from your healthcare provider. Unfortunately, that deadline is passed without the township receiving any FMLA documentation from you. After June 21st, 2024, your attendance has not been improved and you have not kept your supervisor informed as to your whereabouts. Due to the high-ranking position that you hold of the township, this type of misconduct cannot be tolerated. Your misconduct is a detriment to the smooth functioning of the township's operations.
Why the you lying? Why you always lying?
Accordingly, I have no alternative but to end your employment with the township effective immediately. Accordingly, Accordingly, your last date of employment will be today, July 9th, 2024. You must return any and all township property such as IDs, keys, key card fob, and any other property. Please contact Keith Price at keithprice@thorntontownship.com, or they gave a number to arrange for the drop-off of these materials. Under a separate letter, you will receive information regarding your COBRA rights and any other post-employment benefits you may be entitled to. Sincerely, the HR damn department. Big Tiff said, bye. That's it. That's all. These hoes ain't loyal. Well, at least we finally have the actual confirmation, child. I read through that whole daggone thing. Woo! If it ain't one thing, it's something else. I tell you, Dalton is the gift that keeps on giving.
We are public servants and not self-servants.
Freeman's departure comes as Henyard is facing a challenge for mayor and control. On Sunday, a slate of trustees who've called out her use of tax money for self-promotion, questionable contracts, a big security detail, travel, and her namesake cancer charity announced they're seeking to dethrone Henyard in next year's election.
We have been steadfast in our efforts to stop the gross mismanagement and abuse of power that people have seen in the village today.
Despite his firing from the township, it's unclear whether Freeman is still making money from the village of Dalton. In a text message to me, Freeman denied that he was fired and denies that he's cooperating with the feds. Henyard's $5,000 a month publicist, once again, did not respond to our request for comment.
Surprise, no comment. So he's disputing that he was fired, but is he still like technically doing the work of the position?
Well, this all started in Thornton Township when they said he wasn't showing up for work. Now in the village of Dalton, we're told by trustees, is still on the payroll in Dalton, but there have been some attempts or rumblings to remove him, but no formal process because he's the village administrator. The village board in Dalton would technically have to be notified that he's out, and Mayor Henyard hasn't done that yet. So his status is like everything else in Dalton and Thornton Township. Sometimes you just have to go to the meetings and
I can't imagine what it's like to be a resident and try to find answers to any of this.
And for the last year, as we've pointed all of this out, it is residents who bear the burden of this government dysfunction.
Yeah, they have been dealing with that. Ben, thanks so much.
Big Tiff has done her thing. She is continuing on regardless of anything that may or may not be happening. So I have no empathy and no sympathy for Keith. Hopefully he gets what it is that he should have based off of everything that he's done. But y'all let me know what you think. Make sure you hit the like button. I'll see you all in the next one.
Y'all got false narratives out there and y'all should be ashamed of y'allself. Y'all black. Y'all are black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power.
You going to jail. You're going to jail.
Delgado, unasked that seat. Unasked that seat. Unasked that seat.
To express my deepest gratitude to Tiffany Henyard and her team for their commendable efforts to better our community.
Listen, come here. Shut your stupid ass up. Say that, folks. Dumb ass, say it.